What's up? We are Monster Resurrection.
We're not really monsters, we're just mask makers.
Yeah.
I'm not really a Johnny Cash zombie, I'm Zach.
The topic of discussion for today, masks.
Gotta be an artist to make them.
Yeah. We are Monster Resurrection, and we have been making this business for almost 5 years now. I created the business when I was 10 years old with my dad, who is one of my biggest supporters, and yeah, send it off.
Sending it off. We started this in the front room of our house, and it just spread into every single room, and there was latex, plaster, and paint everywhere. And blood. We even had to bring in fake, like, shitty carpet to cover up all the blood.
All the blood.
Now we're in this rad studio that we had built, and making monsters has never been easier.
We have catered to lots of commissions.
We've been all over the world.
We've been all over the world, literally.
Yeah, people buy our masks all over the world.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Pretty cool. It's really nice. It's been a really crazy journey. We have our own studio. We're going to conventions.
Yeah, we won an award.
For Best New Vendor for MassFest 2023.
Bam! Bam, baby! Winning that award was actually pretty cool because at the time, and still, Cash was the youngest to ever receive that award, so it was actually really cool. And so yeah, welcome to our studio. This is a Monster Resurrection studio. We make everything by hand right here. All these bad boys that you see in front of you are either sculpted, cast, or painted by us. Yeah, but what's exciting right now is that we are prepping for MonsterPalooza, and what's so cool about that is that this is the first year that we have ever had our own vendor table at MonsterPalooza, so we are absolutely psyched.
Yeah, we're stoked. We have been painting for the past couple of months. We've been casting, making new things for the show, making it exclusive and as awesome as we can.
So what do we got right here?
So right here we have Bruce Wayne. This is a Frank Miller Batman tribute piece. I was really enamored by the character, and I decided, you know what, I'll sculpt it, I'll make it, and I wanted to make it as cool and as realistic as I can while maintaining that comic book fashion.
Yeah, as opposed to making it as shitty as possible.
Yeah, we're making it as badass as possible.
Yeah, so Frank Miller, he's gonna be at Palooza. So a lot of this stuff isn't finished yet. We're still working on it. We're in the middle of getting ready, like we said. Got this rad, the first ever Johnny Cash mask. No one's ever made a Johnny Cash mask, and this one's gonna be a zombie variant, which is pretty freaking cool. What that looks like. Do I look cool doing it?
And right here, we actually have a skull I just sculpted like December, January. This one's called Brain Case. This one, I really wanted to make it as like crude, but not as crude as possible while maintaining just that really classic skull catacomb vibe. And oh shit, here's Arg. I sculpted this one last summer. I gave it a new paint job. I've painted the eye too, and he has a black mullet, because why not?
Black mullets are cool.
They're cool. I had one. So this one is from our good friend Chris Russell at Coffin Ghoul.
We're calling him Rata.
Rata? Because Spanish is cool.
Because Spanish is cool, and he's a rat.
He's a rat.
But look how cool this guy is, man.
But yeah, this one was a lot of fun to paint. Dad did a really good job on it. And this one's still kind of a work in progress, but he'll be done really soon.
Yeah, but it's a one of one for Palooza. So if you want this bad mamma jamma, like this is it. We'll never make another one like it because I don't know how I did it.
Right here, we got Count Orlok. We're still working on him, but this one is actually a newly released piece. I did this part of a wave in the beginning of January. Sold about 5 of them because that was the limit. This is wave 2 of Count Orlok. Right here, this one's sculpted by Dad. This one's called the Oracle, and this one is a Cyclops. He wanted to do kind of an H.R. Geiger thing with the back of the helmet, and he spray painted with, what did you spray paint with?
A fucking glitter bomb.
Glitter bomb gold. This thing is really shiny, really cool. And
so I'll be perfectly honest, when I started working on this guy, it was gonna be a self-portrait.
It was.
Do you remember? I was trying to sculpt myself and I was like, this fucking sucks. I'm gonna make it into an alien.
Yeah.
And this is like where we ended up. So there's my self-portrait, son. Whatever.
Yeah. This one's a work in progress, but this was sculpted by our good friend Chase Styles. He did a great job with this sculpt. He sculpted in like 2022. He gave us the master a while back and we just got around to making it. And this one is Muerte, and this is just a really cool ectoplasm.
We have a lot of Spanish names this
Ghoul.
year.
And
yeah, and he'll get like a nice big thing of white hair, maybe even a white beard.
Yeah, depends on how he feels, but yeah.
But how he feels.
Yeah. This one, it's another one of the skulls, but I based it off the Dawn Post Vermilion skull. And this one was actually made by Justin Mabry's son, the hood right here. So I decided to utilize it because his son's really dope. Shout out to Jackson Mabry. Vermilion brain case, right here, baby.
Everything that's on this table right now is not on our website.
Crazy.
So if you want to check any of this stuff out, if you want to buy any of this stuff, just DM us. It's way easier. We're really behind on getting stuff out onto the website, and as soon as we do, obviously we'll let everybody know. But for now, if you see anything you like, you want an Orlock, you want a Brute Wayne, you want one of these skulls, you want a Rata, or whatever, just DM us and we'd be happy to help. So let's fucking get to work. We got some shit to do.
Yeah.
So let's fucking do it.
Let's glue some stuff.
What are we doing, bro?
So we're gonna glue a hood on a half mask.
So typically in the latex world, a half mask means that it's just the front half of the face, in front of the ears. In the silicone mask world, it's a little bit different. A half mask means it just goes to the neck, because normally silicone masks always have
bibs. They have really big bibs.
bibs. I like her bibs. What we're about to do is we're gonna glue a hood on this half mask, and we're gonna magically turn this half mask into
a full head, brother.
Oh, not a brother, but a full head mask.
Bubba.
We're gonna slap that puppy on there. Our glue gun is warming up. But yeah, great way to turn a half mask into a full head mask.
That, or you can do fun fur, you know, like classic style, or just leave it as is.
Leave it as a half mask. Put a strap on that sucker, call it a day.
Yeah, have your hair as a full head. So
okay,
it seems like this is heating up, yeah.
Yeah, so what we normally like to do is we'll hold down the opposite side that we're about to glue. We'll peel back the side that's gonna get the fresh glue, and we're gonna just zigzag down this sucker. Bam. Flip this bad boy over. And just give it a gentle little
just hold it.
Tap, tap, tappy.
Yeah, just hold it.
Tappy. Yep, so now let's do the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, lay her down.
And one more. There you go.
Lay it down.
Oh.
Lay it down.
Oh.
Now we got a full head mask.
Boom.
Magic.
Boom.
Yeah, so this time we got another skull, another half mask that we're turning into a full head mask.
Yep.
But this time with a really snazzy red hood.
With cobwebs on it.
Like if you were on Halloween night in the street, you'd be like, oh my God, is that like a cute little girl in the red hood? And you turn around, it's a freaking crazy dead guy. Let's do what we do.
All right, cool.
Okay, so I'll hold.
Press that on there. Let it rest on there. Boom shaka-dooey, brother. So this is one of the pieces of the mask making stage. This is Dremeling. So usually when you cast the mask, there's a seam line. This is when the two parts of the mold join together. So what I'm doing here is I have a good old-fashioned Dremel, and I'm gonna go on top of the seam line to bring it down and make it invisible, so no one can see it. That's what you want. So first, I'm gonna put the setting at low. So now you're gonna hold it like a pencil, now you're gonna hold it like this. And instead of going this way, go against the grain. So you're just gonna go. And there's gonna be a lot of latex bits. Not gonna lie to you about that. There's gonna be a lot of that. And it takes time, but it's worth it because you want it to look invisible. And you just try to get all these little nooks and crannies, get all this stuff out. And it is messy, yeah, let's be honest. It's like dandruff, but you're good. Always do a bunch of passes too. And also if your seam line is long, like this stuff here, trim it with scissors so it doesn't snag in the Dremel and like cause the thing to catch on fire and cause like a second revolution. So keep Dremeling against the grain like you're shaving. And there's other ways to Dremel. My homie Casey Love, he uses a wood burning tool instead of Dremeling. I've tried the wood burning tool. For me, it's user error. So I just stick with the Dremel. And remember, there's not just one way to make a mask. There's plenty of ways to sculpt, to do anything. So, but this is one of the easier ways to get a seam line off. So see, invisible. Can't see it too much. And that's the thing too with this, if you don't control it, it's gonna go crazy and it's gonna leave a dent in your latex mask, which you don't want. So just take it nice and slow, control it. Just really control this thing. So now the next step is we're gonna take some lighter fluid, odorless, I prefer, or maybe just for better. And you're gonna sand this, sand the seam line so it's more invisible. So we're gonna take some 150 grit here, make it about like a finger width, right? So you're gonna rip it. Y'all know how to rip stuff. You can rip it like this, right? So now you're gonna take your lighter fluid, odorless, charcoal lighter. Get some gloves because if you're not careful while you're doing this, you will wreck your fingers. You got your lighter fluid, cup, some black nitrile gloves. Take your lighter fluid. Don't pour a lot, pour enough, you know? Like that much is fine, you know? We're gonna start sanding. So finger around this, you're gonna dip it in, you're gonna grab your mask, and you're literally just gonna go sand it this way. Sand it however you want so you can get the edge down. So it just looks transparent. You want it as smooth down as possible. The texture is also the sandpaper is gonna create a texture on the mask, so it's not just like really smooth for no reason. It's gonna look like sanded down. So you're just gonna sand that down, do a couple passes if you wanna, just make it sure it gets down. You're just gonna keep sanding as much as you can against the grain, with the grain. Just gotta make sure it's all even all around. If there's any impossible angles, you can still get with your sandpaper. Same with the Dremel, so you don't gotta worry. You gotta angle the dangle right, you know? But this is crucial to the paint process. You cannot have a thick seam line or any seam line in a mask. It's just unprofessional looking in my opinion. Like my first mask I ever made. Oh shit. On the camera, you may be like, oh, there's some there, but I mean, it's as good as you're gonna try to get it, dude, you know? But other than that, it looked way better than I did before.
So look, the key to this is you get out of it what you put into it. If you spend the time to really Dremel things smooth and do the 150 grit and like take your time on it, you can make it invisible, but it does take a little bit of time. We're kind of cruising through it right now, but you can barely see it. Like we could obviously Dremel a little bit better, but that looks really good considering. Yeah, what's great about the lighter fluid is it acts as a solvent and it breaks down that latex. It almost melts it, and so you're able to get it really smooth.
There's some more stuff to Dremel, but if, like Dad said, if you just take really long on this, you'll get that thing really invisible and it'll look really good. Especially with paint on it, yes, but this is crucial.
What we're gonna do right now is like the final finishing touches before MonsterPalooza. This already looks pretty cool, but I think it could look a whole lot cooler if maybe he had some bright green snot coming out of his nose, because he's a nasty boy. He's a snotty, nasty boy. We're gonna make some bright green snot, and I'm just gonna take my basic clear Gorilla Glue. That's probably way more than I need to put in. To make it super green and nasty, I like using this epoxy resin dye. So if you mix in any of these colors, I have a bunch of colors of resin dye. Mix in these colors with your Gorilla Glue, you can make some really cool translucent snot, blood, whatever. So let's mix this up and see what happens. I'm gonna say like fucking, I don't know, like 6 or 20 drops. Well, I just put like 10 drops in there. Let's fucking put a little more. Fuck it, just go for it. Let's mix that up. I don't even know if we can see that. But that already looks pretty gnar. That even might be too green. What if we mixed in a little yellow with that? Let's give it a whack. What is this? Fucking lemon. Let's try lemon and see what happens. All right, 2 drops of yellow. Awesome. It looks the same. That was fucking pointless. All right, so look, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go ahead and roll with this green. It's actually a really cool kind of fucking Slimer, like ectoplasmy looking type deal. And we're just gonna lay it with this tongue depressor in his nose and hope we get some good drips. So, you guys ready? Look at that booger going, look at that thing go. Oh yeah, let's get the other side. I'm already liking that. Oh yeah. Ah, that's cool. We call him a mocoso. Get it off the teeth. We just made snot. Well, that would be great if it stayed as a bead right there, but I don't know. I really don't want it to get on his teeth. So it's just those little touches, these little things that like create wow factor. I mean, and that's cool, dude. I like that. I'd buy that. It's not 101. Well, guys, this is the end of the journey. Thanks for sticking around as long as you did and watching this fucking shit show. We're gonna be at MonsterPalooza in Pasadena at the end of May. It's May 30th, 31st, and June 1st.
Yep.
Right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come check us out, come hang out with us, come buy a mask, come buy a shirt.
Come kiss me.
Whoa. So do us a favor, we're just launching this YouTube channel, getting it off the ground, so why don't you smash that subscribe button and get those thumbs in there, those notifications.
Pound that like button, you know? Just get crazy
and
with it.
tell all your friends about Monster Resurrection Studios. Father and son owned business, fucking shit up since 2020.